Dude went after the police with an axe, and they kept a distance. They didn't even shoot this guy down or nothing like that. They didn't even, rough him up or nothing like that. They didn't even beat his ass or nothing. Real though, it's crazy. That's crazy as hell. Anyway, so I'm out there just, wondering, what the fuck? But, hey, that's some crazy shit. Real though. Anyway, so this woman at McDonald's, didn't want to buy shit. She just tried to use the Wi-Fi or whatever went on, and the manager told her that she they had a 30 she had a 30-hour limit or whatever to do what she gotta do and then get out. She didn't want to go. She didn't want to leave. So he called the police or whatever went on. And she wasn't trying to leave when the cops said and she had to go. She had to leave or whatever went on. So when she got outside or whatever went on, he asked her for her identification or whatever went on. And then she started trying to walk away. But he grabbed her ass. Real though. And he put some handcuffs on her ass. Something like that. And she up there whining and all this other bullshit. And she had 4 homes and all that other shit. And saying her son was gonna graduate and all that. And saying that he don't need to do this or whatever whatnot. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do this at all. He says he was 50 years old. Oh my goodness, it's crazy as hell. I'm like, oh my goodness. But they didn't actually explain what charges she had on her or whatever whatnot. For real though. But that shit was crazy as hell though. That was crazy as hell. For real though. Anyway, so yeah, I see. That was that was crazy as hell, but for real though, she didn't want to leave, she didn't want to, actually, listen or nothing like that, so he put hands on her ass, for real though. Anyway, this, dude, went to a gas station, right, and he just said, what's up to this brother, or whatever went on, and I don't know how this motherfucker argument started, or whatever went on, just by saying what's up to someone. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that shit is crazy as hell. For real though. And the argument kept on escalating or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He went to do gas station or whatever. Kept on arguing and shit like that. And then he pulled out that blick. But it was like a toy. It was a toy. It wasn't real or nothing like that. It looked real, but it wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? And when dude was arguing with this, kept on arguing with this dude and all that stuff about some bullshit or whatever whatnot. He tried to exit the gas station or whatever whatnot. And then next thing you know, this undercover cop just started blinking. Get down on the ground, and then next thing you know, bah, 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 bah. Dude ran out the store. He didn't even point the gun at the dude. He just started running. It was crazy. Gang, I'm telling you, that was some crazy shit. I'm telling you, it was some crazy shit. For real though, and it happened months ago. For real though, shit. And another cop, got out of this car and blinked him. And they both of them emptied their clips on him. For real though. Killing the man. For no goddamn reason. For real though. Anyway, just like I said, dude, y'all don't go out there with these toy guns and try to intimidate people because shit, police will kill anybody that do that shit. For real though. I'm telling the truth, gang. Shit. A long time ago, but plenty of people got killed over cap guns. Cap guns. I'm telling you, it was crazy as hell. I'm already knowing it. That's some crazy shit, but the shit happened. You know what I'm saying? For real though. So y'all be careful if y'all gonna have shit like that, for real though, because like don't want it to get borrowed out of control. For real though, I'm telling y'all, for real gang, I'm keeping it a book. Don't do that shit. For real though, especially the young ones. Yeah, they should not do that shit either. For real though, because that's like, some crazy shit. Now, this influencer, like, actually like killed his like, wife and his two kids. All because she found out that he was using her money for his own like shit or whatever whatnot. For real though. I mean like shit, that shit was crazy. Like he got like, actually like come to terms with her or nothing like that. Before he did that and before he tried to like use the money for something, like what I'm saying, that shit was crazy. When she like, actually like, said she wanted a divorce, he like blacked her down and the two kids. You know what I'm saying? And both of the kids was both of theirs. You know what I'm saying? No, they was the parents or whatever whatnot. Now they actually like, try to give this man the death penalty or whatever whatnot. You know what I'm saying? For real though, I mean like shit, that's some crazy shit. But for real though, I mean like shit, yeah, they didn't have no like, up there, and they didn't have no like, motherfucking sympathy for this man or nothing like that. For real though, because why? Shit, he was like a like brother. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm telling you, gang, it's just crazy as hell. But that shit keep on happening though. You know what I'm saying? For real though. I mean, like, if he was another, like, color or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Like, Caucasian, you know what I'm saying? They take it easy on. They give him, like, manslaughter or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But since he's a brother, they go, like, try to, like, end him. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, that's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit as hell. You know what I'm saying? For real though. I mean, like I said, and like, oh, hell no. That's some crazy ass shit right there. Tell you what. For real though. Anyway. Now, shit, I'm telling you, this, like, old ass lady up there trying to run over this, like 13-year-old child with her car. Or whatever. He was just riding a bike or whatever whatnot. And then next thing you know, she just hung in a horn at the boy and she like, did a U-turn, went on the sidewalk and tried to run the boy down. Thank goodness that boy like, rode that bike real quick. Like you see, he just riding, rode that motherfucker real fast. Like, thank goodness he got away. For real though. Then she went to like, her neighbor's house. And she got mad because he didn't have his like T flag up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about that orange haired puppet. You know what I'm saying? And like it was crazy. She like, broke into his house and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. It was crazy as hell, gang. You know what I'm saying? This lady was 56 years old. I'm telling you. It was crazy. It was like a mega like person going after a mega person. Like that shit was crazy as fuck. I'm telling you, I'm like shit. Oh my gosh. For real, that was stupid. That was stupid as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, real though. Anyway, so yeah, that's some crazy shit. That was some crazy ass shit. Now, this like woman, like threatening these kids at a park, like, with a blick or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't know. She was like how Mary Jane and all that bullshit. Plus, she had 6 kids with her in the car or whatever, whatnot. She just jumped out at the park and, like, she was fucking with, like, a 7-year-old and a 14-year-old. You know what I'm saying? And like she was up there telling them like she was gonna blow the park up or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Had blinks and all that. Had a blink in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Real though, she then attend to the 6 kids that she had with her. But she just like, jumped out and tried to blink some kids down or whatever went on. Like, that's some crazy shit. I'm telling you. For real, gang. I'm like, shit. Then the police, like, where to go, like, see if they, like, had, like, anything to do with that or whatever. For real, though. Her, like, man, try to, like, keep the police out or whatever when I saying, like, they didn't have no gun, no blinks up in that crib or nothing like that and stuff like that. They just went to go get a, like, search warrant or whatever. Next thing you know, they went into the house, searching all around the house, and they found plenty of blinks. Telling you, shotgun shells, 9mm, all that shit. They found a lot of shit. I'm telling you, all them blinks. I'm telling you, gang. I'm not even playing. I'm serious. I'm keeping it a buck. Real, gang. They did that shit. I don't know what the fuck they was on, but shit, that shit crazy. But anyway, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Hit the bell on notification so you can see my next upload and my next post, and I'll make sure I make it no much tomorrow. And oh yeah, you can check out my previous videos if you like, gang. So long, farewell, goodbye.